Okay, looks like we're live. How you doing, guys? It's your boy. We're back out doing DoorDash earn by time. And yeah, it's about 1 o'clock right now. So we're gonna stay out for a few hours because it's gonna get pretty cold tonight, and I'm just gonna take the evening off. And it should start warming up tomorrow. Now, we're talking Florida standards with the weather. I understand that the weather here is pretty much always warmer than everywhere else, but by Florida standards, it's going to get a little chilly tonight. They say it's going to go down to 43. So for Florida weather, that's pretty cold. So I'm definitely not going to be dashing out in that kind of weather. Screw that. So we're going to dash during the daytime while it's still, you know, relatively warm. You figure right now it's 61, it's supposed to go up to 62 today. So that should give us plenty of time to just try to get some dashing done and see what happens. So let you guys settle in for a little bit. I'm gonna finish up my shake, and yeah. This is from the brand Only What You Need, or OWYN for short. That's the abbreviation. They're still on sale at Publix, $6.99 for a 4-pack. 20 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, a lot of nutrition, and they taste good. I usually get the Soylent ones because they have more protein, but these are good enough. Let's see, what do we got? We got Cassandra. What's going on, Cassandra? Glad to have you. Blowing out your speakers, huh? And we got Valerie in the chat. What's going on, Val? How you doing? Henwo Mike, good to see you, says Corey. Henwo Corey, how you doing? And yeah, it looks like, yeah, chilly. So it's pretty cold over by you. Yeah, it's gonna get pretty cold over by me, by Florida standards. Let's see, what does it taste like? Milk? Yeah, so they make it with, what do they use? They use, yeah, they use pea protein, and the base is like oat milk, coconut. It's pretty tasty. I see Susie's in the chat. How you doing, Susie? I've been meaning to give you a wrench. So here's a wrench. You want to click on people's channels, subscribe to people. You go right ahead. Good stuff. But you know, the sun's shining. It feels pretty nice out here. A little breeze. Feels good. What flavor? It's chocolate. So it's this. I don't know if you can see it, but this is what I got. And if you check out the back of it, it's got a pretty good amount of stuff here, you know? It's definitely nutrient dense, which is good. I mean, you don't have to have these, by the way. You know, if you eat like a plant-based diet like I do, you don't have to have these. But I like them, they taste good. And you figure, I already have a well-planned out diet as it is, so adding this on top of it is just basically adding like a safety cap, but also just something that tastes good. It's convenient. Let's see, you ate 3 salads because of me? Nice, way to go. Gotta get that salad, you know? Salad's good. Many buenos. Let's put some salad emojis in the chat, just because salad is heckin' dope. You guys think salad is heckin' dope? Let me know in the comment section down below. I see Fran's here too. Fran's bringing the corn. How you doing, Fran? We're out. We're gonna be doing some earn by time for a few hours. I got the GoPro hooked up to the bike, and I know the signal has been inconsistent with these streams, but it seems like the signal on the whole does hold. So it hasn't given out the past several streams. And the only limitation was the battery life, but my loophole for that is to keep it plugged in to this portable battery charger I have. It makes the GoPro last even longer. So we've been able to stream like almost 3 hours before I just turn it off. But you know, if I stream longer than 3 hours, I can do it. And the GoPro, people talk about overheating, but if you give it good airflow, it's not gonna overheat. The only time my GoPro is ever overheated is when I'm working in the garage. That's the only time it's ever overheated. And depending on your settings too, if you have like the maximum settings, 5.3K, 50 FPS, it's more likely to overheat that way too. So if you scale back your settings a little bit, you give it good airflow, that battery is going to last you quite a while. And trust me, I've been using GoPros for years, so your boy knows a thing or two. And let's see, we got Dr. Plow in the chat. How you doing, Dr. Plow? Good to have you. Good to have you indeed. And I think we're gonna have a pretty decent crowd tonight. Seems like you guys really enjoy these streams, and you know, I enjoy them too. They're cool, man, because you guys get to see me interact with the real world in real time. You know, how do I problem solve? How do I get orders done? How do I interact with people? And that's cool. I love it. It's great. It seems like you guys really enjoy it, so that's definitely heckin' dope. Let's see, how do we type in our own chat while live? So I just have the YouTube app up right now. So if I show it on screen, I just have that up. Now, in order for me to use the GoPro right now, I have Quick app. That's the GoPro app. That's what allows me to stream with the GoPro, at least until I reach 1,000 subscribers. When I reach 1,000 subscribers, I can use YouTube Studio to plug in the GoPro. I could also make it easier with the second phone, and a lot of people have been saying, like, Mike, you need to get a new phone, you need to get another phone, you need to get another phone, and I'm like, I'll get there, right? We'll definitely get there, and I know you guys will see more and more upgrades just to keep improving the production values and, you know, the overall connectivity and signal with the live streams. But overall, we're doing pretty good, I would say, and we've definitely done our fair share of trial and error, figuring out which areas are better with the signal, whether or not to go slower, and areas where the signal leaves a lot to be desired, anything like that. So we're definitely learning a thing or two about that, and it seems like overall we're doing pretty good. I'm just glad that you guys find it, you know, overall engaging, entertaining. Plus, I know this is fairly unique, like seeing people using a GoPro, but also doing DoorDash and whatnot on an e-bike, and then getting that huge view of everything behind me. So it seems like you guys enjoy that too, and I like it. Looks cool. I saw Electric Scooter Academy. He does that with his channel whenever he live streams. He uses his GoPro. He's got one of those Wi-Fi hotspot adapters that he has like mounted to his bike in order to make the signal better. I'm gonna get one of those at some point too, but like I keep saying, we'll cross that bridge once we get there. But we're just going to finish this up, and then we'll turn DoorDash on. Let's see. Spice says you love avocados. Avocados are good, man. Those Haas avocados. They got about 1/4 of your daily potassium. They get about 30% of your daily zinc. You get about 20% of vitamin E. You get a good amount of phosphorus, magnesium. They're very nutritionally dense. And even though it has a lot of fat, most of the calories coming from fat, I think it's around 90% of the fat comes from unsaturated fats. And about 85% of the fat content comes from monounsaturated fat, aka what provides omega-3 fatty acids. So it's definitely a good source of fat. Plus, fat is very good for your hormone balance. It's good for your heart health. So if you're looking for essential fats, avocados are pretty freaking good. They also have a lot of fiber. So if you have like you're doing like a keto diet, avocados are very keto friendly because they have like 2 grams of net carbs. The other 10 grams of carbs is from fiber. And, you know, fiber is good for you, digestive health. With salt, believe it or not, I actually like avocados just scooped out, right? Just scooped out of the skin. I don't like adding salt to avocados. It makes it taste weird to me. I understand why people like it. Me, I'm a little different. So I digress on that one. I'm gonna head over this trash can real quick. Gotta get rid of my trash. Then I'm gonna put DoorDash Earn by Time on, and we'll see if we get any orders. I know during the daytime it's usually slower in my market, which also means there's probably less drivers on the road too, because they know that it's slower. So that might increase my chances of getting what's available. But we'll have to see. Alright, let's put DoorDash earn by time. I'm gonna put my mile tracker on too, because I like to keep track of miles. Yesterday, we only streamed once yesterday. It was in the morning, but we did pretty good. We had 4 orders in total. We made $42 and change with DoorDash earn by time, and that averaged over $20 per active hour. Well over $20 per active hour. Every customer tipped, and we had it was like around $3 a mile, a little over $3 a mile. So we did pretty good. Maybe we can do decent today as well. But the only way to find out is to log in. And okay, we got earn by time, that's good. So if you're a Platinum Dasher, you can get locked out of earn by time. If you do earn by offer, you can dash whenever you want, however long you want as a Platinum Dasher. But when it comes to earn by time, they limit the amount of drivers on the road. So even as a Platinum Dasher, you don't guaranteed get earn by time. Let's see, we got Italian Bushcraft Cooking. Hey, how you doing? Glad to have you. I'll give you a wrench. I've seen you before. I'll give you a wrench, and you can use that wrench. I think you know how it works. You can use the wrench to subscribe to people. You just click on their names, takes you to their channel. You can subscribe to them if you want. Anyone else with a wrench, they can do the same thing if they want to subscribe to you. So I just put DoorDash earn by time on, and now we're waiting to see what we can get. Everyone smash the thumbs up. Yeah, give the video a lick. You guys are appreciating my content. Just give the video a lick. Just hit that lick button. It's shaped like a thumb. Just give it a lick. If you have yet to subscribe to the channel, appreciate it if you would as well. Hey, look, Lee's here. How you doing, Lee? Glad to have you. Glad you decided to stop by. I'll give you a wrench if you want to go around subscribing to people. You know how it works, right? As long as you got the wrench on my channel, you can click on people's names, subscribe to them. They can subscribe back to you as well. So that's heckin' dope. And Cassandra's asking, any suggestions on how to take my ring off? I mean, you can cut your finger off. That's one way to do it. No, I'm kidding. Oh, it's okay. It's Eric. I got you. Oh, you're on Lee's channel, huh? What about your other channel? You're just giving me more viewers? I mean, that's cool. Unless you got another reason for it. Yeah, cornholio. That's funny. Yeah, as far as how to remove the ring, I don't know. You got like grease or something? Maybe you can try to put it around the rim and slide the ring off that way. That might be one way to do it. Got a big thumbs up. Heck yeah. Give that video a lick. I wanted to get out a little earlier, but I just had some things to catch up with in the morning. But other than that, I think we got a few hours. If we can just get some stuff done, that's fine by me. And you know, as long as we get that good airflow, the stream should keep going. You know, even if it buffers a little bit, which, I mean, come on, we're used to that by now. No live stream has a perfect signal. Unless you have like all the freaking money in the world. Which, let's be honest, if you're in gig work, you don't. Okay, what do we got? Just getting a couple notifications. Yeah, that's cool, man. We're up to 334 subs. That's nice. We're basically a third of the way to 1,000. That's heckin' dope, man. And yesterday's stream, so even though we only streamed once, we got like over 22 watch hours from that stream. So that was really nice. Glad you guys were sticking around. You did what Arnold tells the bad guys. Stick around! You know, that was heckin' dope. Yeah, a lot of people beeping out there. It's rush hour, that's probably why. Phone being used for live, the other for GPS, CarPlay not working. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I'll definitely get another phone, and the phone that I'll get, it's gonna be the same one I have, the Moto G Power, because it runs like a computer, man. This phone runs like a freaking computer. I love it. It's great. I mean, yeah, it's not the best when it comes to videos and pictures, but they look serviceable. I'm okay with that. As long as it has the functionality I'm looking for, like being able to run streams and having the, you know, the unlimited data, no data cap, that's fine by me. But I know why people do, I know why people have two phones, so I'll definitely pick up another phone with another plan down the road. And try Googling ring off with thread. Thread, yeah, I guess that's another way you can look at it. I figure you can try grease too, because the grease will seep into the ring, and that should make it more likely for the... This looks wrong, but this is the ring. This isn't, you know, other things, but it should make it easier to slide out. That's what she said. Nah, man, there was no avoiding it. That's what she said with that description. No way, shape, or form. And since it is the weekend, I'm gonna put Uber Eats and Grubhub on as well. I don't put Uber Eats and Grubhub on during the week because they're just not busy enough, man. They don't send me offers. Either that or Grubhub sends me nothing but backwards orders. It's very no bueno. They send me a ton of those, even though I'm in bike mode, which is retarded, but... Oh well, I digress. They got some Quest thing going on. It's $25 for 10 trips, but it's only in Orlando, so I can't really, I can't capitalize on that, which kind of sucks, but oh well, it's okay. I'm gonna check out Roadie as well. I'm gonna see if there's anything on Roadie. I haven't seen anything from Roadie, so I think Roadie's probably dead. You know, I think Roadie's probably dead in my market. I just don't see anything from them. Yeah, this nothing at all. So yeah, we're gonna screw that. Not literally, but we're gonna screw that nonetheless. So yeah, we got Uber Eats on, and we got Grubhub, we got DoorDash earned by time. So we're doing the multi-apping thing. I know it doesn't seem like I multi-app, but I do, right? Because I always have it set to on to receive offers from Shipt and Roadie. And, you know, those are two of the better apps in my market, even though Roadie has been practically non-existent. And Shipt is very hit or miss. Sometimes they're really good. Other times, where are they, you know? So they're very hit or miss in this market, but it's better than nothing. But that pretty much just leaves it to DoorDash being the most consistent of these apps in my area. Some people say like DoorDash is terrible in their area and Uber Eats is great, and then other people say Instacart is great, and then other apps are bad. It's funny how it can vary so much from market to market, you know? It's very interesting. In fact, I actually think it's not necessarily a bad thing that different apps are more efficacious in different areas, because if you find yourself traveling or moving and you're signed up with a bunch of apps, that gives you job security, as long as you don't F around and get deactivated for stupid reasons, right? That is one thing I like about these gig apps, man. You know, the fact that a lot of them, you can just take them wherever you want to go. Like DoorDash, you can literally DoorDash anywhere you want, and they won't give you any trouble about it as long as there's no suspicious activity. Same thing with Uber Eats. And Uber Eats is great too, because you can dash whenever you want without having to have the, you know, the tier rewards with Uber Eats. Although Uber Eats is terrible here. It's probably better in Orlando, but you know, we'll cross that bridge once we get there too. But yeah, right now we're just waiting on earned by time, seeing what we can get. It's no action right now. I figured as much. It's probably not going to be that busy, but we're still going to stay out here and get some fresh air, because that's good for you. And if we happen to get some orders, then that's great. I'm sure we'll get at least one, hopefully in the near future. And in case I have to stay out for longer, I brought another bottle of water. I keep forgetting to bring more than one bottle at a time, but I did bring my other one this time. Am I in Palm Beach? No, I'm in Titusville, Florida. I mean, Palm Beach, I hear that's a pretty good area for DoorDash, but that's like, I think that's about like 3.5 hours from here. And that's by car. Yeah, it's like 3 hours from here by car. Miami's just a little further than that too. I mean, who knows? Maybe I could find myself traveling around Florida and seeing which areas are really good, but you know, like I said, we'll cross that bridge once I get there. Right now, it's making do with what I have, and then as I make do with what I have, I can potentially pay my way up, you know? I know that's kind of the goal for a lot of people, is to start buying their way up in life. Yeah, Titusville. That's how you pronounce it. I've heard some people say like Tittiesville. Don't get me wrong, you know, there's cute chicks and stuff out here, but I wouldn't exactly say it's Tittiesville. I think Miami's probably more like Tittiesville, but I digress on that one. Oh, you're in Central Florida, Dr. Plow? Yeah, you're not that far away from me then. That's cool. You do DoorDash and stuff in Central, or you do some other work? Or maybe you do both? I know a lot of people have some kind of W-2 on top of them doing DoorDash. I do not. I do not do that. And I'm fighting like hell to make sure I don't. Cool Plow, you're in Jacksonville. Yeah, I know you're in Jacksonville. Oh wait, you're talking to Plow, that's right. Yeah, Jacksonville. Hey, okay, we got Scott Hall in the chat. How you doing, Scott? Glad to have you, buddy. We got Uber Eats, we got Grubhub, and we got DoorDash earned by time on right now. And we're just, it's midday, so it's gonna be pretty slow. There's probably not gonna be a ton of orders going around, but we'll get something. And I'm gonna try to move around a little bit, see if that helps, because I know these apps, they don't like you to be stationary for very long. So if I move around a little bit, that might kickstart the algorithm a bit. Now, I don't have any hard evidence to prove that, oh yeah, that absolutely works, but it's more of like a trial and error, theorizing, and just sort of like making observations based on certain activities, and yeah, you know what I mean. Basically, we're just trying to figure out if moving around actually helps, because sometimes I'll move and then suddenly it's like, oh, okay, never mind. Turns out I didn't need to do that after all. All right, so we got ourselves an order. It doesn't look very good. So we got Panda Express. They said it should take 33 minutes, 3.2 miles. So this is the map. Earned by time is 13 an hour in my area. So we're gonna take that, because even if I have to wait a while, like I did yesterday, 22 minutes for a plate, even if I have to wait a while, and even if there's not a tip, or if the tip is low, DoorDash will pay the difference. They adjust the base pay by time. So instead of having that universal $2 base pay, they'll adjust the pay based on how much time I wait. And that's pretty cool. It actually works a lot better than I used to think. Especially because as a Platinum Dasher, you do get priority for high pay orders, even doing earned by time. I figured that one, I was like, oh wow, okay, so my Platinum status is actually beneficial with earned by time. I didn't think it was until I put it in practice, and we've actually gotten some pretty decent orders. I see Candy's in the chat. How you doing, Candy? Glad to have you. Glad to have you. TR Trend Him? Who's Trend Him? Who's that? I don't know who that is. Are they in the chat? Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, what's going on, Corey? Glad to have you. And yeah, we just got that Panda Express. It's right across the street, so we're gonna head over there and pick it up. So let's get this bad boy rolling. Oh, totally forgot about my kickstand again. That's like a recurring thing on these streams. I swear I don't orchestrate it. It's not in some kind of script. It just happens, you know. Yeah, I figured out why the tire pressure was going down yesterday. It's because I found the smallest puncture that I've ever seen on my tire. It was extremely small. Like, it must have been a staple that punctured it. But luckily, it was small enough to retain at least a few PSI. When I checked, it was around 4.5, which is, you know, it's serviceable, right? That's serviceable PSI to get around. So I just found it, and surprisingly, it wasn't difficult to find because I know how to look for punctures on an inner tube. So we did find that, and I was able to patch it up very quickly, thankfully. And the tire pressure hasn't gone down since. I mean, that's just part of my bad luck in some ways, where I seem more prone to getting punctures, like, way more often than the average person. But at the same time, it means I can get them fixed a lot faster than other people too. Like, changing one of these tires takes me less than 10 minutes most of the time, because I've been doing it so much, right? You get that motor learning from practicing a skill over and over again, right? Makes sense. But I digress. Because hopefully I don't get any more, because it does get tiring after a while. It's nice to build practical skills from practice, but at the same time, cut me some slack, you know? But I digress. Yeah. Mike, I'll see you in a bit. Love the stream. Bye for now. Oh yeah, that's right. You're going live right now, right? So take care, Valerie. Glad I had you on the stream. And I'll catch you next time that I do another stream. I'll stream tomorrow. I know it's definitely going to warm up tomorrow. Ah! I'm going around. Windy out, so don't mind it. But you know, this is Florida. It gets pretty windy out here. I know Eric would vouch for that. Dr. Plow, Mary. We all know what it's like. We've been living here long enough. So even though I definitely sound like I'm from up north, because I am, I've actually been living here for over 20 years now. But you know, some things never change, or they actually get thicker, you know? Accents get thicker sometimes. I don't know. Alright, the Panda Express is right here. We basically just made it. So I'm gonna run inside, and hopefully it's not another 22-minute wait like yesterday. I mean, come on, man. I'm still salty about that. 22 minutes for a plate. I hope it doesn't happen again. Alright, let's get a little shade. I'm not yelling. I'm not gonna yell just yet, Eric. I'm not gonna yell in the microphone just yet. I think you gotta get hearing aids, buddy. And that's coming from me. I don't have the best hearing. Funnily enough though, my hearing actually got better after I stopped drinking almost 4 years ago. And it actually got better before I started drinking, funnily enough. But that's an anecdote, so take that with a grain of salt. Let's see. One ping. You haven't had one ping from DoorDash. I guess DoorDash isn't very good in your area. And let's see. Corey says use oil or butter. Yeah, something like that. Grease, oil, butter. That should help slide it out. That's what she said. But anyway, I'm gonna run inside. We're gonna pick up the order. It's what do we got? Marcel. He asked for Marcel. Looks like we got a drink, so I might have to wear the bag. So I'll be right out. Alright guys, we got the order, so that was good. A much better contrast from yesterday, you know, 22 minutes for a plate. It was actually ready as soon as I got here. That's heckin' dope. Yeah, from all the use of this bag, the sides have gotten a little crinkly, but it still gets the job done for sure. And definitely check out my link tree if you want to pick up a bag like this for yourself, if you're going to do delivery work with an e-bike. I mean, this thing's freaking huge. Oh, I forgot to put the box back home. I tried bringing a package. It was an Amazon package to UPS. The problem is it has international shipping. They said it would cost like $700 to ship it back. It was for the spokes that didn't fit. I was like, hell no, I'm not paying $700 to get $53 back. Screw that. So I'm gonna contact Amazon directly about that. Otherwise, I'll just take my losses. It's whatever. Okay, so we got that. The cup is pretty stable, so I don't think we should have to worry about, actually, I got a better idea. I'll put some padding in the cup holder just to be on the safe side. But otherwise, the cup has more girth, so it should be less likely to spill. And they put a sticker on top, so it'll be less likely to spill that way too. All right. Let me see some comments real quick before I go. DoorDash dead lately. It's been okay in my area, not amazing. It's been better than the other apps for sure, but I get what you mean. Yeah, you hear me fine, of course. It's Eric. Eric's he's got to get one of those Q-tips, put some rubbing alcohol on, and get rid of the earwax out of his ears. You check with your brother, who works for Rogers here. I can get a Wi-Fi hotspot for $50 a month. Is there a data cap for that? That sounds decent. Is it 5G? Is it 4G? If it's 5G, it'll run a little faster, at least for Visible. Visible will switch over to 4G if there's no 5G tower in the area. I see Adam's in the chat too. How you doing, Adam? Glad to have you. We just picked up a Panda Express order, and this time it didn't take 22 minutes, so that was great. So now we're gonna go drop it off. I think we'll have enough time to drop it off, unless DoorDash feels like clowning me up, you know? We'll see what we got. All right, let's see. Okay, they're giving me 23 minutes to drop this off, so that's pretty good. That's actually really generous. So I know where this place is at. Yeah, I know where that's at. So we got 22 minutes to get this dropped off without it being late. So I'm gonna pace myself in some areas just to try to hold the signal a little better. And in some areas, it won't really matter. So, time to hit the road. Let's see if I need to... Okay, it looks like I need to take a shortcut. Luckily, there's a lot of shortcuts around here that helps reduce the amount of time that I need to travel. Because, you know, you can't fast travel on an e-bike quite as well as a car, you know? You can only go so fast. But if you take advantage of shortcuts and you learn your market on an e-bike, then you can get around just as quick or maybe even faster in some instances. Plus, when you do this kind of work for long enough, you tend to have a pretty good sense of direction. You know, if you know how to read a map, and you know how to look at the world like a map, you know, learning your north, south, east, west, that definitely helps a lot too. Oh, sweet. They fixed the sidewalks over here. Yeah, it looks like they got done. So that's good. That's great. It doesn't really look any different though. Okay, it's already green, so I'm not going to press the button. They don't make a big fuss about that anyway. Just, you know, just stay on the stream and go grab some popcorn, go pop some kernels, and we'll be good, you know? Because as long as you're letting the stream run, you're helping with the watch time. So, like, if I'm running someone's playlist, I'll put it on my computer, even if I'm not at the house. Because I got, you know, I got one of those gaming computers. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. And it's got a Ryzen 5 processor, so it definitely runs everything pretty nice. I don't push it too hard though, because, you know, it's the one computer I have. And, you know, make and do with what you got. It's just that what I got's also pretty nice too. So I digress. But yeah, we got plenty of time to get this dropped off, so I'll just sort of, you know, I'll cruise. You know, we'll go at a cruising speed. It's fast enough to get there in a timely manner, but it's not too fast to where the network starts buffering more than usual. Plus, you know, the fresh air feels nice. I like to try to get on the sidewalk as soon as I can. And in the state of Florida, you can ride on sidewalks with an e-bike. You just have the same civil obligations as regular cyclists, which is granting pedestrians. So in other words, don't be stupid. That's basically the moral of the story. Don't be stupid. Wow. You know, if I tried using my GoPro, that data would be gone in like 2 days. Not even joking. It would be gone in like less than 2 days. Looks like Corey subbed to Adam. Way to go, Corey. Good job. Glad to see you guys connect. Like any kind of cool, positive, you know, positive stuff. Like positive reinforcement. a lot of the time these drivers don't look to their right when they're making a right. I mean, who would have thought? Concept. Cross. Wow. Video. Yeah. I haven't noticed a filter print on that really puncture. About a really it won't, you know, but it's puncture. Gotta get fixed. Well, luckily, boy, he got an auto with that. Yeah, the lights, they don't refresh right away. Sometimes you just gotta hit the refresh button and it'll work. But you know, it's whatever, it's okay. I with those too. I think it was Monday. Monday we got 21. We'll definitely or two. Often. The two. It's we got oh man. But hey, the sun makes it feel nice. Okay, hold up everybody. I got no protection. That's what she said. I'm gonna move on the sidewalk. Hold up. It's still, or as Corey said, Corey the Canadian man. Because that's cool, right guys? And by the way, I think it's a cool accent. I like the way they say some of those words. It's unique. I know, right? Better safe than sorry. Is it full of boat? Yeah, I hit a bump back there. I want to make sure the drink didn't spill. Okay. A tiny bit of spillage on the top, but I can wipe it off. I would just prefer that there wasn't anything like that at all, you know? Plus, I'm not going to the drink like spillage, you know? That just, they would give me an star for that too. A tiny bit of spilling. You know, it's kind of like, whatever, it'll be fine. You know, they can get finicky over that. So I would just prefer not to do that. Better safe than sorry, right, Corey? Okay, one more thing, because I'm paranoid about flats. All right, we're good. We're good with that as well. All right, we can here. Let's keep going. All right, we got about 11 minutes. Keep going, keep going. God. Ah, geez Louise, man. Your grandfather is from New Zealand, but moved to Canada when he was 18. Yeah, that's very interesting, Corey. I got a lot of Irish in me. You can probably tell by my eyebrows and my beard. I got that thick, bushy Sasquatch hair. Thankfully, I don't have back hair, though. I would not want to have back hair. That's just me, though. To each their own. We got about 10 minutes. We're not too far. We're over halfway there. Yeah, it looks like the signal holds pretty decent over here. That's cool. It's probably going to buffer a little bit as we keep going northeast, but hey, that's okay. We know the deal. Grandfather is part of his part Irish and mother's side is French. Yeah, that's interesting. I also have Italian and German in me. So I'm pretty much Sicilian. I got Sicilian ancestors, but I am more Irish than I am anything else. I get that from my mom's side, I think. My mom is very Irish. She doesn't have an Irish accent, but, you know, her blood, very Irish. I might have to wipe that drink again. But I'll wait till I get to the I'll wait till I get to the customs place. I gotta say that rear tire is a little louder than slightly. signal starts getting, then I can go a little faster, and we'll still hold the signal. Basically less than a mile from the customs place. So we're at that final stretch, baby. We got that final stretch. Tip for this order, that'd be great. A little bump over here, just gotta watch out. We got 3 minutes. I think we can get this dropped off on time. I think we can get it dropped off on time. I like to do my best with that, you know. Once the point system comes in, it's going to start counting your on-time rate towards the total points. So if you don't deliver on time, more often than not, you're going to get a lower amount of points. So that just makes it less likely to get platinum if you need platinum. Keep going, buddy. You go right around this guy. Alright, we got a little time before more cuts, before another driver comes. So we got a little time to ride the wave. Not too much though. I think it is, let me see exactly where we need to go. I think it's the next street over. Yeah, it's the next street over. I thought so. Alright, I think we got this on time. think we got it. Yep. Alright, it says don't knock or ring the doorbell, just leave on table or chair. Got it. Okay. Okay, it's gonna be on the left towards the end. This one, next one. Aha! Here we are. Alright, we made it. And it looks like we're on time too. Alright, no decrease in tire pressure, so that's great. Alright, tiny bit of spilling, but we'll wipe it off again. Alright, we're done. Alright, let's get this dropped off. Or, not dropped off. Let's get out of here, I mean. Okay. Yeah. An update on how much it paid out in just a minute. Let's head over to Titus Landing real quick. Plus I can wait over there and see if I can get any orders that way. We might be able to score something up here. Or at least nearby. There's like, you know, warning signs. Because I've had it happen enough times now to where I know what it sounds like. So I listen for it, you know? So far I haven't heard anything, but I keep an eye on it, you know? Or in my case, an ear. Actually, I'll pull up a head screw. I was going to use the sidewalk and then use the crosswalk, but I can just use the turning lane and then merge. You're allowed to do that in Florida, by the way, in case anyone's curious about legality of that stuff. You'd be surprised how much you can do on an e-bike here, and I love it. Well, within legality. Don't break the law. Okay, here we go. Hey, come on, Nissan Versa! Now we're good. Heard some big loud squeak back there. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was someone's suspension. Not mine, though. Check that tire, make sure we're good. I keep an eye on that stuff, because you never know, man. When something happens to you enough times, you know how to sort of prepare for it when it happens again. And I'll catch up with the comments in a bit too, see what you guys are talking about, or what you guys got going on in the chat. Alright, we just got another order. Alright, I'll get to that in a second. But this order that we're gonna go pick up now, It's at Subway. It's the one that's northeast from here. It's 2.6 miles. They said it should take 21 minutes, so we're gonna take that. And the other order that we got, so it paid $11.43. The base pay from DoorDash. The base pay from DoorDash was $7.43. The customer tip $4, and it took 34 minutes, and it went the, what was it, 3.2 miles. So, you know, that was decent. It was, yeah, it was more like 4 miles, but still, it was pretty decent. It wasn't bad. Not amazing, but it was okay. Man, it's windy out here. My God, it's actually pushing my bike a little bit. Frick. It's all the hair in Eric's ears. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that order was decent. And you know, it's midday. We gotta take what we can get, right? Gotta blow my nose. My nose gets runny when it's windy. Just a little bit though. But other than that, we're good to go. Alright, then a quick sip of water. Quick sip of water and we'll get going. Okay. Yeah, don't want to lose these again. And even if I'm not always active in the chat, you're more than welcome to talk amongst yourselves. Get to know each other, you know? If you guys aren't familiar with each other, you're welcome to do that too. I know a lot of you guys are also working right now, so that's totally fine as well. 2.6 miles, 21 minutes. It might take longer than 21 minutes, it might take less. The subway over here, they take a while. It takes them a while to get things done, and the order's almost never ready when I get there. It's pretty much like one guy running the store, and then sometimes it's got another person with him. I think the guy's cool, I think. I don't know. I don't know anything about him, but he's really the only guy running it. And he's always there. So he must work like 7 days a week or something. I don't know. Then again, don't we all? I know I work 7 days a week practically. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. And if not, let me know how many days a week you work in the comment section down below. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep going this way. Because we're not really in a rush. We're just trying to get there on time and drop it off on time. No need to really, if I was doing earn by offer, that would be a different story. I would rush. But since we're doing earn by time, I can, you know, sort of take my time. As long as it's within the time I can give. You can get a contract violation by time. If you take too long to get to the merchant, and if you take too long to get it dropped off to the customs place. Just keep that in mind. We've had people like Nug on YouTube where he was exploiting the earn by time. You know, he would take like 45 minutes to deliver an order just to try to eke out a little more money, and then eventually he got deactivated for that reason. He got reactivated, I think, but still the damage was done. So to be on the safe side, just stay within the time bracket with earn by time. It's nothing because it's a little safer. There's less cars here. A little bumpy though, but that's okay. What else is new? Bumpy pavement in Titusville? Oh yeah. Not like that's anywhere. Corey says he works 7 days a week most of the time. Yeah, that's pretty much me too. Every now and again, I'll take a full day off, but otherwise, like, time 10 days a week as well. Sometimes I'll just work a half day, off, day off. I take a half, I take the evening. If I'm motivated to really go back and eat, if you guys can relate, let me know in the comment section down below. Reception's pretty bad over here. That's okay. We'll move a little less. We'll move a little further away from the water. We're basically right next to the water. Pretty cool. It's a view. That's one thing about Florida is that if you're on the water side, you get really nice views like all the time. Between say the Space Coast and Merritt Island, and then when you after you cross the bridge you get to Merritt Island, it takes you to the Atlantic, where the scenery is really nice, especially by Cocoa Beach. It's really nice over there. I have enough range to get to Cocoa Beach and back if I felt like it, you know, if I just wanted to go to the beach, but you know, I haven't really done that in a couple of years. And plus, that was back when I used to own a car. So, I digress. Alright, just made it to Subway. So we're gonna run inside and we'll get the order. Hopefully it's ready. If not, I'll come back out here, let you guys know. No difference in tire pressure, so we're good with that. I noticed that these tires, if they have like thicker tread, they're usually a little, they're also smoother rubs too. So, you know, a little give and take with that. Alright, so we're picking up from Maggie. So I'm gonna see if the order's ready. If it's not, I'll come back out here and we can chit chat. Today's my lucky day. The order was ready. So that's good. That's 2 orders in a row when the order was ready. And there was no drink, so we don't have to worry about spillage. That's heckin' dope. At some point, I would like to get the GoPro Media mod, because it comes with an external microphone that's attached directly to it. but it still gives you enough room to plug in another microphone or a USB cable. That would just make the audio sound a little nicer, you know? That's one trade-off with how I have it right now, is in order for me to keep the GoPro charged, I can't plug in my microphone. But it's okay. So yeah, it's showing me we still got some people here. That's cool. Yeah, let me know what you guys are up to. You guys out working right now? You guys got some other plans going on? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below. But I just picked up the Subway order. We're gonna go get it dropped off now. So let's see where it's at, and I'll let the customer know we're dropping it off. Oh, I know who this is going to. Oh no. Oh, she doesn't tip. Oh no. I know on Shipped she doesn't tip. I'm not saying names. I'm not gonna, you know, do any of that shady crap that could get me deactivated. But let's just say I know who this customer is, and I know they don't tip. So I could be wrong about this one for this DoorDash order, but every time she orders with shit, tips. So eventually I just stopped working with her. I stopped working with her because why am I gonna work so hard and not get a tip for it, you know? Especially when the base pay isn't high enough to justify it. Like, if her had promo pay, maybe I would, you know? If it had enough promo pay, I would probably take it. But another time when I see her order, there is no promo pay. So, in other words, I don't take it. To get it dropped off, but I have a shortcut. We're gonna take South Hopkins and then get off Sycamore, and then we'll get off I think Delian or Barna, because the other way they want me to go, actually no, I'll take Sycamore to Delian and then take that to South Park. That'll be easier. Then I can shortcut through Queen Street. These are just some shortcut areas that I can take. And we got tailwind, so we can go faster. Oh yeah! For a little bit anyway. Okay, thanks for waiting, appreciate it. See, I like when drivers are actually considerate, you know, instead of treating me like a second-class citizen, because I'm just trying to get around like everyone else, you know. Not trying to create some arbitrary, like, victim complex or anything, but I know when someone's treating me like crap, and I'm not afraid to call people out on it when they're treating me like crap. If you guys can relate, let me know in the comment section down below. Bump, bump, bump. Yeah, I'm not sure this customer's gonna tip. It's pretty likely they don't, so this will basically just be DoorDash paying me. I mean, again, since it's earned by time, it's not all that bad. If it was earned by offer, that would have been an instant decline. But since DoorDash adjusts the base pay for the time that you spend, you know, it makes a terrible order less terrible. And sometimes that's good enough. Especially if they send something to your route, or if you got a stack. Because if you got a stack, you can increase your likelihood of getting another tip. guys don't know Valerie, it's Valentine Cruises. That's her channel. If you guys want to go check her out sometime, she's live right now. Just type in Valentine Cruises if you don't know her. We got about 8 minutes to get this dropped off. We're basically halfway there. We're a little over halfway there. So it won't take too long. Keep going straight. I don't know where this person's going though. Not sure if they're going straight, left or right. I mean, if they had a turn signal, if they were going... Okay, they're going straight. Alright, they're going straight. Okay. I'll give them a pass. Let's see, Susie says, I love ride-alongs. That's cool, Susie. It seems like a lot of people do. A lot of people find it interesting. I think it's cool because, you know, you get to know that person a bit more because you're basically following them in real time and seeing how they interact with the world around them. You know, like, that's a cool thing that I like you guys to see about my channel whenever I live stream. You guys get to see how I directly interact with the world around me. Because when you do pre-recorded content, you can edit a lot of things out. So, you know, if you make a lot of mistakes, or if you do something that, you know, maybe you're not too crazy about having done, or, I don't know, just some other stuff like that, you can just edit it out. But with a live stream, well, whatever happens, happens. Like, if someone, like, pissed me off, and I told them off, well, there's no way that I can just magically have it not happen, right? Because it's happening in real time. As opposed to, like, if I was doing a pre-recorded video and I didn't want to put that in the video, then I can just keep it out. It's only if you were to, like, edit it out in post-production or after the live stream replay comes out. You know, I'm not trying to insinuate anything with that, but, you know, I'm just keeping it real with you. Because, you know, that is how it is. And I'm starting to think about changing direction a little bit with my pre-recorded content. So making it less about ride-alongs, you know, because that's what I already do with live streams. And plus, you guys are getting the genuine experience at hand because you guys are following along with me in real time, as opposed to just pre-recorded, which, you know, I'm not saying that anything's staged or anything is, like, scripted or anything like that, but, you know, you can edit things out, right? Or you can have things, like, somewhat set up for the entertainment purpose of the video. So, you know, with that in mind, I see that as an opportunity to maybe flesh out some of my more creative liberties, like using pre-recorded content as a way to make stuff that's, you know, maybe a little more ambitious and something that isn't necessarily related to my live streams. Like, I've got this really cool video idea that I'm gonna work on. Like, I'm in the very early stages of it, but it's gonna be an experimental type video that is directly related to DoorDash, and it's directly related to me doing DoorDash on my e-bike. But it'll have like a unique premise, probably something you haven't really seen before, at least in this gig community, or maybe something you just haven't seen much. And it's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to it. And I was thinking, like, that plus maybe, I don't know, like how-to stuff, or if I'm trying to like ask and answer questions, I can do that with pre-recorded content too. So it's not like I'm not gonna have any ride-along stuff as pre-recorded content anymore, because I know people like to watch that too. But, you know, ever since I started doing these e-bike live streams, I prefer ride-along stuff as live streams instead of pre-recorded, because, you know, you're getting a more authentic experience. But that, you know, that's just me. That's, you know, that's just how I feel. Another really cool video that I want to work on that will be pre-recorded. It'll be a full-on reference guide about how to be a gig worker with an e-bike. So in other words, how to be a bike dasher. So with that video, I plan to teach you guys everything I know about how to be a bike dasher. So even though that isn't ride-along content like live streams are, it's still something that I feel drawn to with pre-recorded content. So if you guys are looking forward to that, let me know in the comment section down below. I started writing a script. I need to polish some stuff and expand on some stuff a little more. But I think it'll be pretty exciting. Maybe it'll even inspire people to, you know, pick out that e-bike that they've been looking at and then start doing DoorDash on it. You never know. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, man. All right, we just made it to the customer's place. I'll let you guys know how this goes. Let's see, always the driver, so to be able to sit back, be the passenger's refreshing. Yeah, that's a cool way to look at it, Susie. That's a cool way to look at it. All right, okay, yeah, we're on time, so that's good. Alright, just hopefully this bike doesn't fall over. The kickstand is, not the greatest. Probably right back. Okay, that was quick. Confirm. Blah, blah, blah. Done. Hit complete. Okay, that's cool. So there actually was a tip for this order. Interesting. Man, that tire's loud, man. Tire's loud. I mean, it feels okay, but I don't know why it's so loud like that. I'll still keep an eye on it, though. But anyway, we just dropped off that order. It took 24 minutes and it paid $7.24. The base pay was $5.24 and the customer surprisingly did tip and it was $2. So that was cool. That puts us up to $18.67 for 2 orders. The overall miles are decent too. We're doing decent with that. We're basically averaging over $2 a mile right now. And let's see, we got Scrappy Hoops. What's going on, Scrappy Hoops? You built an e-bike, but you don't know how much you can make with 60 amp hours worth of 48 volt battery. How much you can make? I mean, like if you were to dash on it? If you were to dash on it, depends if you have a bike account, depends on your market. If I... All right. lagging? Hopefully not. I'm trying to move a little closer so it doesn't lag as much. I know something is... That tire is not 20 psi. It does not sound like 20 psi. Usually, the louder the tire, the lower the psi. And I set it to 20 when I left. So that tells me that I probably got a puncture, or maybe there was one that I couldn't find. I'm gonna have to take a look at it. So maybe I'll pause DoorDash for a few minutes. The tone does sound louder, right? I know I'm not the only one that sees that, or hears it, I mean. Yeah, that's very loud. Maybe I got punctured with something else, who knows? Either way, I'm gonna check it out. Because luckily for me, I always bring tools. I'm pretty much prepared for most basic things, because you know, given my track record, it definitely happens. So I'm gonna pull up somewhere and get this fixed. I'm gonna see what's going on here. Something's keeping that tire from having its full PSI, and I need to figure out what's going on. Let's see. I want to figure out where I want to go. I guess it doesn't really matter. I think the signal is okay over here. Alright. So I put DoorDash on pause for a little bit, because I'm gonna flip the bike over. We're gonna check out the tire, see what's going on. Like I said, I always have tools on me, so yeah, just be prepared. Yeah, this bike is a lot lighter without the battery on it, that's for sure. That battery weighs about 29 pounds, just shy of 30. And I'm gonna move the GoPro on top of the bag. Hopefully I can hold it up in a decent position. That way you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So I want you guys to actually see what I'm doing and how I do what I do. Like, it might not be 100% perfect, but you know, whatever. Gotta make do with what we got, right? Gotta make do. So maybe it'll hold like that. And I think the signal's okay. Even if you're on an electric bike, you can still claim your mileage. Yeah, I do that, life on the streets. I claim mileage. That's why my tax bill is always so low. It's because I claim mileage. So, there we go. So before I Let me, that should be a better angle, I think. Let me see. But yeah, before I even get this fixed, or before I even take the wheel off, let me check it out, see if there's anything wrong with it. See if I can find what potentially punctured it. See if I clamp it, right? That's not 20 psi. That's probably about, I'd say that's probably like 4 or 5. And I always fill it up to 20. Because when you fill it up to 20, it helps improve your range. So the higher the PSI, the better range you get. The lower the PSI, the better traction you get on the road. So if you want traction, then use a lower PSI. If you want mileage or range, then higher PSI. Little fun fact for you. I see a couple of holes, but they're extremely small. They're like no wider than a staple puncture. Although a couple of these I've already seen before. So whatever it is, it's probably not still in it. It might have been one of those non-sticking type punctures, but I'm still going to take the wheel off and we'll inspect the inside of the tire and see if there's anything inside. Because you never know. Be a little sneaky like that. That kind of stuff happens. And if you ever see staples on the road, you run over a staple, it's usually because roof tiling. That's usually a common reason, because they staple shingles, right? They staple the shingles on the roof, and you figure a lot of that happens here. Easy. So now I'm gonna pull out my bike pump and just deflate the tire. Because I always keep a pump with me. I keep my air compressor at home, but I bring the pump with me. But yeah, like I can't find an external any external object, so I'm gonna check the inside of the tire and then I'm gonna check the tube. If there's nothing on the inside of the tire, then I check the tube and see if there's any punctures left on it. Yeah. Because that's how long I've been doing it on an e-bike. Yeah, times like this where I wish I brought a tripod stand with me. I have one at the house, I just didn't bring it with me, because I didn't think it would be necessary. But oh well, it's okay. I bring a patch kit with me, and I bring the rubber cement ones. They do a better job sealing the puncture if you find it. They do a better job compared to the self-sealing. The self-sealing, you can get air pockets in them. You can get air pockets in the self-sealing. If you use rubber cement, it actually covers the puncture up to a 1/4 inch. If it's bigger than a 1/4 inch, you need a new tube. The puncture's too big. It's because, like, even though you can cover it up and you can inflate it, the puncture's just so big it won't retain the air. Okay, so that's done. We're good. Yep. You can tell I've been doing this for a while. When it happens to you enough times, you become something of an aficionado with it. Are we still buffering a bit? Not really. Doesn't look like it on my end, but I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna check the inside of the tire, see if I can find anything suspicious. That happens every now and again. Like sometimes something will get stuck in the tire, but you have to check the inside of it to find it. That's happened to me quite often, let's just say. And sometimes you just gotta feel for it. Alright, the coast is clear with that. And I'll check the rim strip that I have. See if anything's protruding from the nipples of the spokes, the spoke nipples. Because that can cause punctures too. If your spoke nipples aren't tight enough, and if you don't have a thick enough strip to cover the spoke nipples, they can puncture the inside of the tube, the inner part of the inner tube. I've had that happen to me before. It was with this bike too. Alright, nothing looks unusual, so I think we're okay with that. Alright, now I'm going to try to find a puncture on the tube itself. I'll usually, to make it easier, you want to clean off the surface of the tube. Because when it's covered in debris, it's harder to find a puncture. So I'll wipe it off a little bit, and then I'll check for a puncture. And if I find one, I'll use my rubber cement and patches to patch it up. I think I found something. Yeah, it's extremely small. But I think I found something. I'll keep an eye on that real quick, but let me keep checking, see if I can find anything else. If it's like a really big puncture, and not really big, but if it's like less than a quarter inch, but it's larger than a staple, you might be able to hear it. But if you can't see it, put your hand over it. Make it a bare hand, because then you can actually hear the air pressing up against your hand. I think I found one. Yeah, I think I found one, so. Yeah, we got another candidate with this one. But otherwise, I think I found the culprit. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it's gotta be this one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some rubber cement and big enough to fit the patch without any pieces of the patch sticking up. But I usually give it like 30 seconds to a minute to dry up, to thicken up a little bit. Otherwise, it's just gonna shuffle it's gonna shuffle the patch everywhere, and it's not actually gonna stick properly. So I'll need my bare hands for this one. Then I'll use the gloves. I got tons of patches, but my main thing of rubber cement, it's a big thing that I keep at the house. I'll have to stock up on the smaller tubes. But other than that, I've got enough. I wasn't kidding when I said it's windy out today. Ah, dang it. Man, trying to take these things off gets a little, it's a little annoying. They get pretty finicky. That is one thing I prefer about the self-sealing patches. It's easier to just strip them off without anything sticking on them. But otherwise, the non-self adhesives are better. Alright, where's the... Let me double check my... Oh! It fell right out of the bag. I was like, where is it? Where is it? Oh no! But no, we're good. We got it. Alright, let me just double check that patch. Okay. And one thing I like to do is I like to scuff at the patch. I like to scuff a little bit at the patch. It just creates little indents for the rubber cement to stick further into. That makes it more likely for the patch to stay on and not create air pockets. Because that's an important thing with patches. If you're going to put patches on to repair your tube, you don't want to have air pockets. Otherwise, the air is just going to seep out and it's going to remove the patch. So make sure you scuff at it a little bit before you put it back on. Well, not back on, but before you apply it, I meant. But yeah, let me double check where exactly it was. But yeah, I think I found more than one, so we're gonna put another patch on too. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to make sure I had enough. But yeah, don't apply a crazy amount of it either. You don't need a whole lot of the rubber cement in order for it to stick. Gonna sit down for a minute.
Yeah.
Then let me use my glove. And, you know, just liberally press down on it a little bit, just to solidify the stick. Make sure no edges are sticking up, you know. Otherwise, you know, just kind of defeats the purpose. There we go. But yeah, I think I saw another one, so I'm gonna double check that. And since I've had a hard time keeping this tube together, I ordered new tubes, I get them tomorrow, but since I had a hard time keeping the PSI for this tube, because obviously there's another puncture somewhere, I'm gonna inflate it enough to where I could potentially hear it or feel if there's any leftover puncture, because it'll seep the air. So then I'll run my hand over and listen in with my ear, see if I can find it, if there's any others. Now keep in mind too, if you have to do a lot of patches like I have with this tire, it's always going to struggle to hold the amount of PSI that you're looking for. Because an inner tube, it's like a muscle. When you tear a muscle, you can repair it, but it's not going to be as strong, nor is it going to be as resilient as before it got torn. Inner tube is exactly like that. An inner tube is stronger before it gets torn, before it gets punctured. So even though you can repair it, it won't be as strong and resilient. So that's always something to keep in mind if you have to found the other puncture. That's something to keep in mind, that if you put a lot of punctures on, you know, it's a band-aid solution for a long-term deep wound, you know? So it helps in the moment and it can help for a while, but at some point you will have to replace the tube, because if you got so many punctures, it's just not going to hold the PSI the way that it used to. But yeah, I found another puncture before. I think it's a puncture, it looks like one. So we're gonna patch it up just to be on the safe side, because you never know. Okay, that came off a little better, so that's good. Yeah, I can hear it. So this was definitely a puncture. The other one looked like a puncture too. So I patched it up to be on the safe side. But this one definitely looks like a puncture. It sounds like it. I can hear it. Ah, god damn it. It's ripping up again. No! That's okay. I'll use my scupper, try to remove some of the excess. Perfect. Perfect. I'll do one more check just to be on the safe side too. It usually takes me less time to get these done, but I mean, look at the amount of patches I got, right? The amount of patches definitely indicates I've been through quite a bit with this tube. And as I mentioned before too, I've got new ones coming in the mail. They're pretty cheap. You can get them for like $17, $18 on Amazon. You know, get like reasonable tubes. And look at that, I found another, I think that's another puncture. Hold on, let me scrape a little bit. No, we're okay, that's not. Just a little bit of scuffed up rubber off this thing. And yeah, I don't see anything else, so I think we're good. I'm still gonna inflate it a little bit. I'll put it up to like 5 psi, and if there's still anything else, then I can hear it or feel it. Anything else going on in chat? Yeah, chat's pretty quiet today. I'm sure you guys are busy. All right, I see Jason's in the chat. How you doing, dude? Doing like somewhat of a tutorial. We dropped off 2 DoorDashes before. They were both pretty good. We're doing pretty decent with that. But I thought I found a puncture, or at least all of them. But it turns out there's another one because the PSI won't hold. Now, I did say that when you get enough punctures, the tube is just not going to hold the PSI as well as it used to, because it's like a muscle. When you tear it, you can repair it, of course, but it won't be as strong. It won't be as resilient. And then eventually the tube will have to be replaced. But I don't get my replacement tube till tomorrow. So we got to make do with what we got for now. So I did find 2 other puncture sites, and I think that's it for now. I don't see anything else, at least nothing immediate, nothing alarming. So I think we're good. I think we found the punctures that were the culprit. So I'm gonna inflate this a bit, and I'll listen in, I'll feel in a bit, see if I can find any more. I like to do that as like a precaution if I have a continuous problem. Now, most of the time, I'll just put the tube back in and then inflate, and there'll be no problem. But if you have like recurring issues with the PSI, then I'll re-inflate before I put it back on the rim inside the tire. And then, you know, just to test and see if it's going to keep doing it. So since we're inflating, I'm gonna listen in and see if there's any other punctures. Kind of hard to hear with the wind. I think I found some more culprits. So in other words, this tube is kind of screwed, but it should be enough to get the job done. At the very least, it should be enough for us to, you know, like get back home or maybe do another DoorDash or 2. I mean, having the wind around like this is not helping my case. It's really not, because it's making it hard to hear and feel. But I think I found potential culprits. Oh, wait a minute. Huh. Yeah, I think I found it. I think I found the other one. So in other words, this tube is screwed. But yeah, I found the other puncture site. And it's exactly what I said it was. It was a staple. Extremely small, but it was a staple. And it was like more on the side rather than on top. So that's weird. But then again, this is Titusville, you know? All kinds of disgusting, dangerous debris all over the road, and I gotta run over it. I have the misfortune of doing that. More so than everyone else, I'm willing to bet. But what do I say, you know? Like, this is where I get a lot of my practical skill from. It's from things screwing up and then me figuring out how to do it. With guidance. Right, that's an important distinction too, with some guidance, but otherwise, you know, one of the perks of being a mostly self-sufficient person is you want to solve problems and solve them as quickly as you can. At least that's how I am. If you guys can relate, let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, so there's that. But yeah, I definitely want to try to get some more orders done after this. Okay, what do we got? We got 603 Magnet Pirate. How you doing? I've seen you around. I'll give you a wrench. So if you want to go around subscribing to people's channels, you can just click their name and you can go sub to them. They can sub back to you too. I think you know how it works, but you know, welcome to the channel, dude. Chat's been a little quiet. I know people are busy, but basically I've had problems holding the PSI for this tire no matter how much I get it patched up, and I keep finding new punctures. So I'm basically just showing you guys in real time how to get this stuff done and things to look out for. We did 2 DoorDash orders earlier with Earn by Time. They were pretty good, but I'm gonna reinflate the PSI a little bit and see if it still holds. If it doesn't hold, that means there's still a puncture somewhere. So I'm just filling it up enough so it's easier to hear. think I found yet another one. Yeah, I think I found it. Some of these patches are a little patchy, pun intended, ha ha ha. But you know, I bought these things in bulk like a year and a half ago. I still have a lot of them left over too, surprisingly, despite how many flats I've gotten along the way. So you're gonna buy patches, buy them in bulk. If you're gonna buy rubber cement, buy a big thing of it, carry a little one with you, never be too safe. But yeah, it's mostly holding, but I found this little puncture right here. It's definitely a puncture. I tried scraping off any pieces of residue over it, and it's still there, so that's a puncture for sure. You can't really hear it much because it's extremely small. Plus, it's very windy out here. But I know a puncture when I see one. So I'm gonna keep looking around, inspecting for more. In fact, that might be one. Might be. So if that doesn't cover everything, it's good enough, because I'm spending too much time on this. Typically it only takes me like 10 minutes to get a job like this done. It's just our case is unique, so it's definitely taking longer. Plus I know the live stream is kind of boring when nothing's, like, little to nothing's actually happening, because, you know, we're not actually moving. Sort of the point of a ride-along, you know. When a ride-along live stream doesn't have riding along, then, you know. But I digress. It's okay, because, I mean, it's not like I asked for this kind of stuff to happen. No one does. And, you know, if you can address it, then that's great. But yeah, I don't hear anything else, so I think we're good. I think we're good. So I'm going to deflate it a little bit, put it back in the tire on the rim, and then just inflate it back up. I got to pee too. Maybe I'll have to find a bush or something like that around here. Or just hold it in. But yeah, at least I found a couple punctures that I know were contributing to this, so let's see if there's potentially any more. Like, it wasn't drastic, but it was noticeable because you can hear it, right? If you get punctured, you can hear the tire against the road. It's usually louder. you know, like if you're used to having higher PSI for your tire. And fun fact for you, even though the tire lever usually takes the tire off the rim, you can also use it to push it back in the rim. I just usually push it in though, that's what she said. Because, you know, I've done it for long enough. There we go. So now let's just get it pumped back up, and hopefully it'll last. Almost there. I just put it up to 20. There we go. Ow. Okay, it should be good. Yeah. That axle banged up against the side of my head. It's all good. No drain damage over here. If you got an e-bike tire or wheel, whatever, you got an e-bike, don't lose these. These help prop it into the torque arms. You can call them axle arms too, basically the same thing. But basically it's like, they function like torque arms for a front wheel, but it's the back. Alright, how's chat doing? Okay, looks like we got Justin, that's good. And we got the Frugal Working Man, how you doing? Let me give you a wrench too. So if you want to go click on people, subscribe to them, you go right ahead. And yeah, what's going on, Justin? We were losing PSI for this tire, and I found the punctures. They're like the size of a staple. So I found a couple of them actually. I found a few. So I'm hoping that we found all of them. I get my new tires tomorrow. I get my new tubes tomorrow. But until then, I gotta stick with what I've got. Sometimes I gotta fiddle around with this a little bit. Yeah. One mistake I made. There we go. Didn't know it was perfect, but at least I know how to address things. There we go. There we go. Perfect, that's better. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we do it. Alright, I think the PSI is hanging on. At least mostly anyway. Good. But yeah, we've spent enough time doing this, so we're just gonna pack our bags and head out. Ah, that's just the wind up there, okay. I get paranoid about that stuff sometimes. When it happens so often, it's like, oh no. Not to sound like a crazy person or anything. Not to shame crazy people either. But I digress, I digress. All right. Don't want to forget the valve cap. There we are. And yeah, the PSI is definitely holding up better now. So I think we at least got quite a bit of the problem solved. Not the whole problem, because like I said, you know, I've had enough punctures now to where we'll need a new tube. But I'm getting my new tubes tomorrow. So luckily you can get a decent set of tubes on Amazon, like $17, $18, reasonably priced. So nothing too bad, reasonable. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me see. Okay, looks like Adam's back. How you doing, Adam? Or maybe you never left, I don't know. So you're asking, how often do you run into issues? So, most serious issues rarely happen. If we're talking about flats, it really depends on the time of year. Sometimes I can go weeks or even like a month or two without a flat. Other times I'll get a flat like every week. And I try to plan around it as much as I can with sidewalks because I'm less likely to get a flat on sidewalks. But it's inevitable that I have to cross the road to get to where I need to go at certain times and certain people and places. So unfortunately, it's when I need to do that is when I seem likely to get a flat. And it's frustrating because this is a continuous problem that I've been facing ever since I started doing e-bikes. But at the same time, it's one of those things I just kind of put up with and keep going. So I don't really know what the solution for any of that is. It's certainly beyond my grasp. But I've turned a problem like that into a learning opportunity, because a lot of this stuff is how I've not only learned how to do basic things like change a tire, but also some more advanced repairs too. Like I can remove a motor, I can replace a clutch, I can grease gears, you know, just stuff that people don't normally know how to do with bikes, because those are all types of skills and assets that can help me moving forward. Major issues, in other words, are rare, but flats are frustrating and just sort of one of those things I have to put up with. So I digress. And if you're wondering about, they do have strips that you can put inside the tire that can make it much less likely to get a flat. But it costs like $165 on Amazon for it. It's just too much. And then they got those other strips. The problem is that they shake around, and then that makes the wheel really wobbly. So I don't generally recommend those either. So basically, I'll have to figure out, maybe I could pay one off. I have to double check on Amazon, because that would come in really handy for me. Getting one of those anti-puncture strips. Because even though they're expensive, I would eventually like to get one. I'd probably just get the one for the rear tire, because I rarely get a flat from the front. I do get flats from the front from time to time, but it's pretty rare. Okay, there we go. Do they make solid rubber tires like children's bikes or e-bikes? They do have those tubeless tires, if that's what you're talking about. They have tubeless tires, they have heavy duties. Heavy duties, these bikes are too heavy for heavy duty tires. They fuck up my motor way too quickly. They make my motor spin out after like 4 months. So instead of that, I just stick with stocks. Even though stocks are not as puncture resistant, they're cheaper and they're easier to fix. Alright, I see Charles is in the chat. How you doing, Charles? We were fixing a flat. Well, it wasn't really a flat, it's just I found really small staple-sized punctures on my rear tire, and that was preventing the PSI. That was preventing the PSI from holding. Plus, you know, when you fix so many punctures, eventually it just stops going up to that desired amount that you want the PSI to go up to. walking around. There we go. That's a little better. All right, much better. Let's see, Jason says, I applied as business with Amazon. You get a few % off. That's cool. Good for you, man. Nice. I've been looking for affiliate links with companies that I like. I got one for Iaorta. It's in my description for a lot of my videos. And then I have another one for VicTrip because you remember, Jason, you remember on my old channel when I used to make work vlogs on that channel too? Do you remember that bike that I used? It was the VicTrip Titan. I have an affiliate link for that because it was a good bike, you know? I also have an affiliate link for the Vivor cargo trailer, the one that I have. So when you click on it and they check out, they get a % off, and then I get a % back. But that's yeah, it's not as loud. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pee. I definitely gotta pee. I can't hold it anymore. So I got a spot that I can do it at. All right, Corey's asking, he's asking how's the orders been? I don't know if you saw those 2 orders I did earlier. They were both pretty good. One of them was from a customer that doesn't tip on shipped, but she actually left a tip for her Subway order. So that was actually pretty nice. But the PSI for my rear tire wasn't holding, so I had to figure out why. And I found a couple staple-sized punctures, so I was basically just looking for them and trying to find more, and I kept finding more. Luckily, I bought new tubes. I'm getting them tomorrow, but I gotta wait, you know, because I don't have any other spares right now. See, I'm glad I stopped drinking because my hearing got better. So even if I'm not looking, I have a better chance of hearing. I mean, it's been almost 4 years since the last time I had alcohol. I've had no fire since. Coming up May 12th, it'll be 4 years. But yeah, I was basically looking for them and then I got them patched up. But it's not that bad. I think I fixed the rollout a little bit too. The rollout feels a little nicer. Because, you know, like, you gotta use nuts and you gotta use washers to hold the rear wheel on the torque arms. But if you screw them too tight, then that's gonna slow down your rollout. So improve the rollout a little bit. And I know it's not the bearings because the bearings are clean. And I checked the bearings a while ago. The bearings are clean, so it's not that. Yeah, I get a new tube tomorrow, but I was just patching up what I could find on the tube that I currently have. So I gotta pee really bad. I'll be right back. Don't ask any more questions. All right, much better. Oh boy. All right. Much better. Definitely needed that. Okay. Let's see. Susie saying, wow, you just know a lot about e-bikes. Thanks for being patient with all our questions. Yeah, no problem, Susie. You know, anything that you guys are curious about with e-bikes, I'm not saying like I'm the world's biggest e-bike aficionado, but you know, the past couple of years that I've owned e-bikes, I've learned a lot about them, you know? And one cool thing as well is that I also want to learn more about how to do things with e-bikes. You know, not just buying one and then screwing around with it and seeing what happens and then replacing it with a new one. It's like, no. I do like, I had to go through some trial and error to figure out which e-bike was best for me and my lifestyle. And now that I found the one, I'm basically doing everything I can to maintain what I've got. And, you know, that does mean that you inevitably run into problems, and sometimes there's things beyond your control, but you can still have a willingness to learn and to apply what you learn so you gain practical skills. And perhaps those are skills you can pass on to other people, you know? Like, what good is knowledge if you just hog it all for yourself, right? If I'm gonna learn shit, I want to pass it on to other people too. That's why I encourage people to have questions as well. Mike, you can run tubeless tires on the e-bike. Yeah, that's true. I can't find, unless you happen to have any resources, I can't find good ones that are 20x4s. I found the, I know those strips that you can put inside the tire, so it makes it much less likely to get a puncture, but it's like $160 something. I'd have to pay it off. It's a little beyond my means without a payment plan, but it's okay. I would only need one for the rear tire because I rarely get a flat in the front, although sometimes it's happened. But yeah, tubeless tires, I've looked into it, but I need to find like reliable, decent ones if I think about that. But we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm gonna put DoorDash back on. We should, okay. The dash ended, but I still have access to Earn by Time, so that's good. And let's go a little longer. And how long have we been streaming for? We've been streaming, yeah, over 2.5 hours. So even with the GoPro, right? You would think, oh, but the GoPro won't last long. It's like, keep it plugged in, give it good airflow. That's what I always say. But yeah, it's good to see you, JK. Glad to have you. And yeah, it seems like at least 6 or 7 people have been just running they've been running the stream in the background, even if they're like busy with work and stuff. So definitely appreciate that. It really helps tremendously with the watch hours. And you know, since your boy is trying to not only stream more often, but to stream longer more often, that means the watch hours, they're gonna start just going up very quickly. While the subscriber count has also been going up pretty quickly too. That basically means the sooner I get, that basically means we're gonna get monetized sooner than I thought, right? Honestly, I was at 50-50 odds if we'd even get monetized this year. But honestly, the way that things are going, it's definitely gonna happen sooner than I thought. And I'm ecstatic. I don't know if you guys are happy. I'm sure you guys are, but man, I am freaking excited. Because this is one of the first times in my life where I feel like something that I'm just working my ass off to make happen is actually going to happen. And the biggest reason why, one of the biggest reasons is the fact I haven't given up. And the more that I see, the more reward I see for my effort with this stuff, the even more motivated I am to not give up, you know? Because I've given up and I fucked around too much in my life up to this point. And eventually you want to stop and be like, you know what? If I keep doing this, then why should I expect anything different? If you give up, then whatever you're working towards will never work out. So what do? Not give up. Plus I have to like what I'm doing too, right? I really like what I'm doing. I'm basically just doing the things I already like to do, and created its own niche for it. And, you know, I just happen to have very supportive people like you guys helping me with that. And I fucking love it. It's great. Pardon my French. But seriously, you know, I couldn't do it without you guys. I really mean that. Let's see. Okay, just wondering, ran them on the mountain bike, but still kept the tube in the backpack. Oh yeah, you can never be too safe. When I get my tubes tomorrow, they're going right in my bag. Because anytime I'd have spare tubes, I'd always carry them with me. Because if you get a puncture bigger than a 1/4 inch, the tube is done for. It's just not going to hold the PSI anymore if it's bigger than a 1/4 inch. So I usually bring a spare tube with me just to be on the safe side. Usually just one. And once I get my tubes, we're gonna swap out this old one. I mean, it's holding, so we might have actually fixed the problem for now, but I'll definitely at least hold one. So the bearing is fixed, or yeah. So I don't have spare bearings. I don't have spare bearings for that front wheel, but as I showed you guys on camera last time, I had a spare wheel, so I just put that on. And I've been keeping that. It's the one that's got the quick release axle. The bearings are in really good shape, so I shouldn't experience any problems with it. The problem too is I put that wheel on for a while on my G-Force bike. The G-Force bike, the front fork suspension is very lopsided. The preload side will go down, but the clip side, the lock-unlock side, won't. So I think that was just like a shipping damage, or maybe the manufacturer just paid for shit parts, let's be honest. But this is a dual preload crown fork for this bike, which is a lot better and makes it less likely for the front bearing to get damaged. But I had to put that front wheel on the G-Force for a while, and I guess it just got like really banged up, or maybe it was just already damaged, I'm not sure. But the bearings are in really good shape for the front wheel for this one, and I'm just going to keep using it for now. I'm going to order some spare bearings, order some spares. It's like $15 on Amazon for the 20x4, so that's pretty cheap. I'll order some of them in the near future. But you know, rent's coming up, so let's just make sure we get that first, right? Because if push comes to shove, I think you've seen it before. If push comes to shove, I got my mountain bike too. So when in doubt, mountain bike out. But once I get those things, I can slip. Everything else about the front wheel is in good shape. It's just the bearings broke. Ah, dang it. Ah! All right. let's head to the Walmart parking lot. Look with an order. Right here. We're gonna go in the Walmart parking lot, and we'll just chit chat a little bit while I wait for DoorDash. I think I'll put Grubhub and Uber Eats back on too, maybe. I had them on at first to see which one of these companies would send me an order, and it wound up being DoorDash. Surprise, surprise. DoorDash is pretty much always the one that sends me an order first, because you know Uber Eats, Grubhub, they're terrible. But, you know, on the weekend, sometimes they send me stuff. I don't know. And I figure it never hurts to still be signed up on their platforms. Because if I happen to go to a different area, you know, like if I moved or if I traveled or something like that, then I keep those options in my pocket. That's why it's good to, multi-app, not necessarily to use multiple apps at once. It's mainly so you can be signed up with multiple apps, because you never know which app is going to be the next big one for you. Okay, here we are. It's holding up okay. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it'll hold up for now. So let's see. Adam said, "JK, I subscribed." That's cool. Good for you, Adam. That's great. Glad to see people subscribing to people in my community. Good stuff, guys. But yeah, you know, gotta wait tomorrow until I get those new tubes. I ordered them pretty early, so I might be able to get them early. Like, sometimes I've been able to get Amazon packages before noon. So maybe I ordered early enough to get it before noon. Who knows? So we're in the Walmart parking lot right now, and we're gonna see if I can possibly get another DoorDash order or two. I think I'll probably wrap up. I'm gonna say maybe about 5-ish, give or take. Once it starts getting pretty cold, I'll probably wrap up, but you know, that's okay. We can chill out. I mean, I got nothing else going on right now. It's just, you know, it's not quite as warm as it normally is. Otherwise, I would stay out longer. So. Yeah, let's put Uber Eats, and we'll put Grubhub back on. Yeah, they got that quest, and it's only in Orlando, so there's that. See if there's any blocks available with Grubhub. Okay, there is one block available. There's only 13 minutes left of the block, but usually if I can get access to a block, they're more likely to send me an offer, Grubhub. That doesn't always mean the orders are good, and trust me, a lot of the time they're not, but an offer's an offer, right? Now let's see, Charles says, if people are new here, please subscribe and like, give it a lick for Mike. Yeah, appreciate that, Charles. Always appreciate your support of my channel. Pretty much everyone that's supporting my channel, you know. Wow, we got like 25 licks to the video today. That's great. Good stuff, guys. I bet we'll get some hella watch hours tonight too. We'll probably get some hella watch hours from this stream. Yeah, the PSI is holding up a little bit. Not amazing, but it's holding up better than it was before. Plus, you know, one benefit, as I was alluding earlier, one benefit to lower PSI, it helps with traction on the road, or as JK was saying, with mountain biking, which is true as well. It does reduce your range though, and sometimes it can throw off your balance a little bit. Unless you have like decent coordination. And if you're on a tricycle using low PSI, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? It's gonna make you all lopsided. But yeah, did you guys saw it recently, right? Mary from Mary's Gigs, she got monetized. So that's awesome, dude. Very happy for her. I know she's been working rigorously to get herself monetized on YouTube, and she got it done before her YouTube anniversary, which is on April 20th. So that's heckin' dope. She's monetized. She's starting to get ad revenue now. She's been putting out some community posts about the ad revenue that she's getting in so far. So on top of the donations, the super chats, the channel memberships, now she gets paid to run her videos. That's great. And Sunny from Sunny Chronicles, she got access to channel memberships recently too. She's not fully monetized yet, but she should be offering some channel memberships pretty soon. So if you guys want to hit her up too, check out Sunny Chronicles. And Daisy May, Kelly from Daisy May, she recently got channel memberships too. I bought one of her channel memberships today. It's 99 cents. So happy for her too. And since she got those, that means that she'll get monetized in no time. Let's see, I see Plain Sharks. What's going on, Sharky boy? Glad to have you. We did 2 DoorDashes earlier. Oh, we got a third one. We got a third one. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we might be able to take this. So we got ourselves a Culver's order. It says 2.8 miles, but they want me to take South Street. There's no bike lane on South Street. So I gotta go the long route, which is gonna be like 4 miles, give or take. I think I've delivered this customer before though, so I'm gonna take it. And Culver's is right, it's just right back that way. It's like less than half a mile. So we're gonna go over to Culver's. We'll get that earned by time with DoorDash. They estimate it'll take like 28 minutes or something like that. I think that's what it said, 28 minutes. So we'll go get that in a bit. But yeah, my rear tire was also struggling to hold the PSI. It still is. It just got a lot of punctures, and when you patch it up so many times, it no longer holds the PSI as well as it used to. It's like a muscle, right? When you tear a muscle, you can repair it, but it's just not the same. So I got my new tubes coming in tomorrow, but I gotta wait till then. So we're just gonna hang tight, pump it up if it starts getting quite low, and then at some point we'll cut off work for the day. But let's go get this. What happens if you go in the not bike lane? So in the state of Florida, I'm allowed to be in sidewalks, but I have the civil obligation to grant right-of-way to pedestrians. So I've got the same rights as regular cyclists. So most of the time, if I can, I'll go on the sidewalk. But if it's a back road, I'll just take the road itself. And if I have to take the bike lane, then I have to take the bike lane. Oh, I just seem most likely to get a flat in the bike lane for some reason. Yeah, I can tell it's not holding up great, but oh well. We'll have enough to get this order done. Oh, god damn. Retard. That guy's going way too fast in the parking lot. Yeah, you can probably hear the tire, it's pretty loud. It's struggling to hold its PSI. But it's okay. Like I said, we'll just pump up a little bit when necessary. I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Even if you don't have much. But yeah, we're gonna go pick up this Culver's order. We'll take the safer route. It just makes me feel better, you know? I'll probably pump the tire up a little bit too, just be on the safe side. Tire right now, it has enough tread. The tread is fine on the tire, it's the tube, because the kind of tires I have, they need inner tubes. I can't find good 20x4s with I can't find good 20x4 tubeless tires. So I just got to make do with stocks, because they're the only ones that work good with heavy bikes. The heavy duty tires are too heavy, and they just wear out your motor way too quickly. They also reduce your range, and your top speed, and your torque. For the most part, it's just worth it. I'm getting new tubes tomorrow, but I gotta wait till then. That guy was looking straight too, and he still almost rammed into me. Unbelievable. But I digress. Alright, I gotta see who I'm picking up for. Picking up for KC. I'm gonna run inside, we'll pick up for KC, and we'll take it from there. I'll put a little more air in the tire just to be on the safe side as well. Well, it doesn't need it right now. I can hold off on that for right now, but we'll still go inside. We'll pick up Casey's order. Let me see if there's any other comments in here. Okay, it looks like we're caught up. Cool. I'll be right out. Casey. Alright, just picked up the order. I gotta actually put my keys in my main pocket, because if I put them in my sweat jacket pocket, they'll fall out. That's happened more than once now. I actually lost my keys on my upcoming vlog. Or not the upcoming, it was the previous one. I actually lost my keys for like 20 minutes. Oh well, it happens. Yeah, the tire should hold up for now. I mean, it's struggling to hold the PSI, but that's okay. Ah, man, we only got 12 minutes? Damn it, we're gonna be late. Alright. See, they were really generous about how long that they let me deliver last time. But this time, they're only giving me 12 minutes. Unbelievable. But it's okay, we'll get there as quickly as possible. Let's go, come on. I don't know what you're hesitating for. tube back at the house, which also got punctured, but I don't think it's as bad as this one, so I might swap that out. Yeah. I'll pump it up a little bit after I get this dropped off, but just got to get it dropped off first. I mean, we only have like 3 minutes, not even 3 minutes to get it dropped off. We're not quite there yet, because we had to take the long way. If we took the other way, then there was no bike lane, not even a sidewalk over there. And Titusville, they don't like me being on the main roads. They're pretty insistent about me not being on main roads in Titusville. So, you know, not trying to piss people off or put myself in a dangerous situation. And how much crossing the bridge over here, man. Oh well, I gotta do what I gotta do, right? Okay. But yeah, that tire has got some bad drag right now. The drag is pretty bad. Come on. Keep making left-hand turn. Don't come up ahead. Oh, god damn it. There we go. I knew that was going to happen. I knew some motherfucker was going to come up here and speed like shit. Okay, I think we're safe for now. I hate coming up this way, especially when I got drag. Oh well, gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, nobody's behind us still, so we're good. For now. The thing too is these guardrails are short. I can literally fall like 30 fucking feet on I-95 and crack my head open and die. Like, they need those guardrails to be taller, but they won't do it. There's also, there technically are bike lanes here too, but they're covered in grass and gravel. It's disgusting. I don't want to ride that shit. But, you know, what do I always say? Titusville doesn't give a fuck about cyclists. We're just second-class citizens to them. Yeah, but I digress. Because I can be on the soapbox for that all goddamn day long and just have it fall on deaf ears. Well, except for you guys. Except for you guys, so none of that's directed to you. I'm just talking Titusville and, you know, the officials that we have in, you know, but I digress. My God, it's practically fucking flat. This tire is practically flat. But we're almost there. I'll put some more air so we can get back home safely. But we're basically delivering with a flat tire. Basically riding a flat tire right now. God damn. It's all good though. We got this. Okay. Let me just oh. Let's walk up ahead a little bit. Okay, here we are. We're good. Ow. Okay. Alright, be right back. It says do not ring or knock. Alright, thankfully no spills, so that's good. Alright, so we got that. And let's hit submit. Now let's figure out how much we got for this bad boy. We got, oh wow, okay, cool. God damn, that was great. Alright, so we just dropped it off and it took 21 minutes to do, which was reasonable. we were only 2 minutes late, so not the worst thing in the world. And base pay was $4.70 because DoorDash just customer tip $10. So that order paid $4.70. So we got a $10 tip for that. That's pretty awesome, dude. But yeah, I'm gonna end the earn by time for right now. And let me close out these other apps too. Okay. And the mile tracker. Yeah, we overall did pretty good. Miles and everything. I mean, we didn't make a lot of money today, partly because we were set back, but to be honest, I got out late and it's a little cold by Florida standards. It's windy as heck. So we didn't really have the best conditions to do great today, but I'm glad I still came out anyway. But yeah, before I get going, I gotta pump this tire up. Pretty much the tube is fucked, let's be honest. You know, I did all that before and it helped, but it just wasn't enough. So I gotta wait for my new tubes tomorrow. And when I get my new tubes and double check the tire, we should be good to go with that. Assuming we don't get any more flats, which, let's be honest, it's gonna happen again. It's gonna be in the near future because that's my luck. But I digress. So I'll just pump up a little bit before we get going. Yeah, it's only about 7 psi, and I pumped it up to 20, so we lost 13 psi. It's like, no wonder why I was feeling drag. That psi is just too low, man. It's too low. Okay. Alright, let's see. Susie says you did good. Thanks, Susie. I mean, you guys see for myself, man. You guys see for myself that I give it my best effort with every order. I'm always doing my best. So even though, you know, even though sometimes mistakes can happen, I still give it all I got. And if I make a mistake, I do my best to fix it. Like, you know, when Eric, he dropped off that order yesterday, I'm glad he didn't use his ID to bypass the alcohol. It was good, it was right of him to return the alcohol because he got paid more that way, but I still think he should have made sure he was at the correct place before he dropped off. Me personally, I would have just went back there and be like, oh crap, I dropped it off to the wrong place, and then fixed the mistake. I know I probably would have made less money, but it's more of like a conscience thing. Like, if I make a mistake and I can fix it, then why am I just gonna let it slide, you know? Not that it has like incredibly dire consequences or anything, but I also just wouldn't want to see someone like Eric lose his platinum over it, because contract violations, if you get a contract violation as a platinum dasher, you do risk losing platinum. DoorDash notifies you if that happens. They've notified me when I had that incident a while ago. The customer that reported their order is not delivered. I had to fight it. And DoorDash sent me a notification saying that contract violations, platinum status taken away. So if you have a contract violation as a platinum dasher, you might still be able to have platinum, but don't get any more. They could potentially take it from you. I don't know how they would give it back other than just, other than letting the contract violation fade out. I think it's, 90 days or 100 deliveries it goes away? Unless you appeal it and are approved. Because that can work too sometimes. That customer could have reported Eric as having not delivered the order. And again, I wouldn't want to see that happen to him, But, it's not just him, it's really anybody that makes a mistake, like delivering at the wrong place. You can still have someone report you as like, oh, it wasn't delivered to me. And then you get a contract violation for it. And then you can lose your platinum status because, DoorDash, they'll notify if you lost your platinum because of it. I didn't lose my platinum, thankfully, but still. You never know. You can't be too safe. Like, if you're relying on DoorDash to do you right and not do you wrong, then you are woefully misguided. Like, you gotta protect yourself and your money. Ain't nobody else gonna do that for you. Because the thing with DoorDash too, and really any of these companies, is that they side with the customer more often than not. So it creates this whole like guilty till proven innocent type of interaction. Guilty till proven innocent. The problem is that goes against court of law. In court of law, it's innocent till proven guilty. Right? So it's like totally backwards with these companies. And that's because we don't inherently make money for DoorDash. Customers make money for DoorDash. Merchants make money for DoorDash. Because they upcharge them with a shit ton of fees. That's how they make their money. Plus they got their fucking money laundering behind the scenes too. We all know that. We all know the shady shit they do behind the scenes. Plus they like to steal tips, which is fucking retarded. They like to steal tips too. Merchants steal tips sometimes too. But yeah, it just creates this whole like innocent, like guilty till proven innocent with drivers. It's bullshit. If you have enough evidence to substantiate the case, then you can use that not just to protect yourself, but to also blacklist fraudulent customers. I actually got a customer blacklisted from the platform. It was that very one where they reported their Dollar General order as not delivered. But I was not only was I filming it and I had all the pictures, but I had a live agent verify that yeah, the address was correct, the GPS was correct, the photo was signifying it was the exact place that needed to be delivered. So the customer wound up being a lying sack of shit, and they actually like blacklisted them off the platform, and they removed my contract violation, which is great, right? Justice was served. But they won't do that if you don't say anything, and that's what I'm saying, right? Don't just be complacent and just take the L, right? If you can fight it, do it. Because they're gonna, they'll claim things like, oh, well, we'll investigate. It's like, no, they're not. You have to actually get on their ass about it. Or otherwise, they'll just let it happen. They'll just let it happen and do nothing about it. I know they don't like it. I didn't know if it was the same laws as I remember in Florida. Yeah. So, in the state of Florida, you are legally allowed to use turning lanes on roads. You can also use crosswalks in sidewalks. But as far as actually staying on roads, Titusville doesn't like it. the state of Florida is not crazy about it in general either. They prefer that you either use bike lanes or sidewalks, but you're allowed to use turning lanes if needed. Otherwise, use a crosswalk, bike lane, sidewalk. That's usually the safest bet. Like, whenever you see me cross over to make a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn, that is my legal right in Florida. But that is state dependent, and sometimes it's county or city dependent too. So always check your local laws regarding that stuff. Laws that apply to me in my area may not necessarily apply in your area. So always double check to be on the safe side. But, you know, if it's a safe rule of thumb, a good amount of the time, most areas are fairly consistent with their bike laws. Hold up, buddy. Yeah, this guy tried to get in front of me just now. Surprise, surprise, it's a motherfucker in a pickup truck. It always is. It's either a sports car or a pickup truck. Yeah, there he is, jackass. Not trying to be biased or anything, but I mean, come on. You know, when you see the same demographic pulling the same shit, what the fuck do you expect me to say? But I digress, I digress. I get a little feisty over that kind of stuff, you know? Can't help it. You know, it just happens so predominantly all the time. Eventually it's like enough is enough. And then you start to snap back. I'm just texting me about my brother telling her that I got a flat. But you know what's really cool, man? My little brother, he watches me. I love it, it's great. Hey Don, I'm glad you enjoy my stuff, and yeah, I got a flat, but you know, I gotta do what I gotta do at the end of the day. I'm getting new tubes tomorrow, so assuming that there's nothing else wrong with the tire, that should be enough. And I'm gonna double check that tube that I have at the house. It got punctured, but I haven't treated it yet, so that might still be in relatively decent shape. I don't know, but we'll find out. You know, the thing is, like, that kind of stuff inspires me to do better, and I'm his older brother. You know, I'm the older brother, and he's inspiring me. But I love it, it's great. Great work on the video. Yeah, thanks, dude. I mean, I know you guys have seen what earned by time can be like in practice for me, but I have been before started come out video about earned by my mind on it. I actually earned by time is pretty good. I actually like earned by time better than I offer. I'm probably shit, so let's get back to the house. Well, so I just taught it to just deflate and then have to. So I'll check. I gotta fill my nose. Runny nose. Because I want and I should still have enough time in that tire. It doesn't sound right now. It will get there slow. Feet are starting to hurt. So I like to stand on my bike when I I see Electric Scooter Academy's live. That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna besides, I'm doing okay this month financially. We're doing better than last month. We're doing better than last month. So that's good. Assuming I don't immediately get a flat, which has happened before. Because my luck, the luck of the Irish, it's a freaking curse, let me tell you. But oh well, at least my Irishness makes me more handsome, right? Ladies, wink. Let's go, Nissan. Let's go on the Nissan. Let's go, buddy. All right. Come on, go, go, go. Go! Yeah. All right, we're safe. We're basically back in the Walmart parking lot. Time for the bump. Bumpy, bumpy. Oh my goodness gracious. Bumpy, bumpy. Alright, coming through, ladies and gentlemen. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe I gotta wait. I'll wait. It's alright, I'll wait. It's okay. I'll wait. Everybody just come through. I'm willing to... Alright, cool. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it. Alright. Pardon me, guys. Thanks. There we go. See? Patience is a virtue. And sometimes people do kind gestures. And sometimes they drive automobiles. And sometimes they're not complete assholes. Good stuff, right? Good stuff. Alright, I'm basically just going to pull back into my usual area real quick. Alright, so it's a little after 4:30. Oof, yeah, feet are starting to hurt. Basically ready to go. Alright, so overall we did pretty good as far as the orders that we did get. We didn't do amazing as far as the grand total. We actually did better yesterday, funnily enough, and today, yesterday was Thursday. But that last order we got, paid $14.70. It was a $10 tip from the customer, and it didn't take very long to get it done. So the $1 a mile, $1 at a time, and total payout was pretty darn good for pretty much all these orders. It was quite solid. Sometimes you gotta work holistically with meeting your financial goals. You know, you can have you can have set standards you want to try to reach with as many orders as possible, but to only dogmatically focus on those little metrics on an order-to-order basis is going to limit your financial potential in this line of work. And I've been through it myself, right? You listen to the whole no tip, no trip crowd. The problem with the no tip, no trip crowd is they only apply that order to order rather than trying to look at things as the big picture. And as a result, they're the ones sitting in the parking lot. Decline, decline, decline. 15-20 minutes goes by. Decline, decline, decline. And they got all the apps on while they do it. And then 45 minutes later, they finally get their $7 2-mile order. Oh my God, it's a minimum $7. It's a minimum $2 a mile. And they're like, oh, it'll take 15 minutes. It's a minimum 25 per mile or 25 per hour. The problem is you had to wait 45 fucking minutes of decline, decline, decline before you actually got the order. So guess what? 15 minutes later, you drop it off. You made $7 in an hour. $7. That's not even federal minimum wage in the United States. Why do that when you can have realistic expectations, trying to achieve your standards as often as you possibly can, accepting more orders, making more money? You see for myself, right? I don't make amazing money, but if I just did no tip, no trip, I would make zero. I would make $0 freaking dollars, because you can also get ghost paused with these platforms too. If you keep constantly declining crap that they send you, then they're like, you know what? If we keep sending this guy all these orders and he's just going to keep declining them, they're going to send them to somebody else. And then you're just sitting around with nothing. You're sitting around with no orders. And when you're sitting around declining everything and being ghost paused and not accepting orders, you're making nothing. Or you're going to make significantly less compared to someone that has more realistic standards, that has more realistic expectations, and tries to achieve the higher end of them as realistically as they can, but they're willing to just keep going, which helps improve your cash flow. So even though I didn't make an extravagant amount of money today, I made more than zero, and it would have been less if I just did that whole no tip, no trip crap. Which again, I understand the sentiment, and I think it's totally understandable to have expectations to set for yourself, but you also got to be realistic. You got to be pragmatic when necessary, and that's more often than you think, even with multi-apping. But with all that being said, I digress. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I'm going to be running inside Walmart. I'm going to pick up some din-din because I don't feel like cooking. I ain't got the time for cooking, because if I'm going to be cooking anything up, I'm going to be cooking up some ideas that I want to roll out on this channel day by day, video by video, bit by bit. Before I go though, I see Isidore's here. Hey handsome, you're online again. You're going hard lately. It sounded weird, didn't mean anything. Don't get me wrong, that's what she said, but you get a pass. Yeah, I've been streaming for a little while. We've been streaming, how many hours now? Yeah, over 3.5 hours. That's our longest stream to date so far on this channel, which means we're gonna get hella watch hours, which is great. I appreciate everyone that's been sticking around. Irish descent, yeah, I do. I got a lot of Irish in me, and then I got some Italian, got some German as well. And yeah, Charles says peace, Mike. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside Walmart. I'm gonna pick up some din-din, gonna pick up some other stuff I might need. Then I'm gonna head back home. I'm gonna chill out for the rest of the night, because even though it's sunny, it's gonna get heckin' cold by Florida standards. And I don't know, maybe I'll do some branded surveys while I run some streams. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just chill out. Maybe I'll just chill out. Because overall, financially, we're doing okay this month. And you know what? I'm okay with that until better days lie ahead. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. If you did, give the video a lick. If you have yet to subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, ring that taco bell, that way you get notified the next time I upload, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of today's live stream, what you'd like to see next on this channel, anything and everything. Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to show super support for your boy, you can visit my link tree. It's on my bio. Go check it out on the home page of my channel. Go to my bio, there's a link tree, because I got resources where you can help me out, and I've got resources where I can help you out. And on that note, I'll catch you guys next time.